Hey everybody, it's Megan. When you hop on, give me a heart or a smiley face or a hey in the chat comment box and let me know that you're here. I am really excited to be kind of rounding up everything and completing our 2 days together. First, I'm going to start telling you a little bit about me. I am a 1-star diamond Beachbody coach. I've been coaching I've been part of the coaching community for 3 years, and I've been working my business solidly for a year. When I first joined, I was a mom of a 2-year-old. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had been watching my coach, Meredith, who you met earlier. She is my sponsor coach and a dear friend of mine. I'm also in San Diego. It's how we met. I have been watching her, you guys, for 2 years. So the first full 2 years of her business, I was watching everything she was posting on Facebook. I was following her on Instagram. And I was just really drawn to what she was doing in her life. We both love yoga. We're both yoga instructors. I wasn't teaching at the time. I was brand new to San Diego. She was one of the first people that I ever met. And I met her in her yoga class. And we just connected instantly and became friends. But I was very drawn to this whole coaching thing that she was doing. And I didn't know it was Beachbody. I knew what Beachbody was. I had done Insanity. I knew who Shanti was. I had the DVDs. I never completed a home fitness program because I am very, I don't know what it's called, but I'm very like, oh, now I need to do this. And squirrel brain or squirrel mind or ADD or undiagnosed ADD, whatever you want to call it, I'm that. I'm very high energy. And so working out at home by myself, I had a self-limiting belief that like I couldn't do it because every time I tried, I would get unfocused. When in reality, I just had no accountability. I had no guidance. And that's what Meredith gave me. So finally, after 2 years, I got up the courage to reach out to her and ask her what she was doing and what this coach sneak peek group she was doing was, which is something similar to this. So she put me in that group and she went live and kind of explained everything that you're hearing here. And I was like, sign me up. I want to do it. This is exactly like what I've been wanting to do. And I didn't know it existed. And this sounds awesome. How can I do it? And like, teach me everything and like, let me get started. So I was one of the people that came to the business. I needed to lose the baby weight. My son was 2 at the time. I was lonely. I was 15 pounds heavier than my normal weight, and I had worked really, really hard to lose all the baby weight, but like those last 15 pounds I was struggling with. And I was also very, like, at a very dark place in my life because we had lost, I'm like talking low now because my kids hear me. We had lost a baby when Calvin was just over a year. We had lost a baby. I was 8 weeks pregnant. I get hyperemesis when I'm pregnant. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. I get very sick in pregnancy. And so I had sort of reached this place where I'm like, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not teaching anymore. My acting career is like a distant memory, and I need something in my life to like make me feel like I'm not a complete failure, because at that time in my life, I felt like I was. And then there was Meredith, constantly being positive, constantly posting about her fitness, constantly sharing, being vulnerable and sharing her physical transformations. And I wanted to be a part of that. I needed to be a part of that. And I wasn't even sure like what that was. So that's kind of how I came. So I started my fitness challenge and I did the new coach trainings, which we'll talk about in a minute. I did it all at once and I hit the ground running, and I had success right away because I was very energetic and I was passionate, and I allowed the programs in Shakeology and the whole like just community to transform my life, and people saw that. And when people see you transforming your life and being vulnerable and sharing about it on social media, they want to be a part of it. And so that's kind of what happened. And then I got pregnant again, thank the Lord. And I have my little miracle baby, Milo. And I really, truly believe Shakeology helped me through that whole pregnancy. I was not as sick. And I know everybody says, oh, every pregnancy is different. No, I get hyperemesis every single time that I'm pregnant. But the severity of it compared to the first 2 pregnancies was very different. And the only thing I did different was I was eating clean. I was following, the clean nutrition. I had my meal plans. I was, adding calories for being pregnant and everything, making sure I was getting enough. And I was drinking Shakeology every day. And I was able to have another baby. So it was awesome. So getting back to that, when I got sick again, because I did around this time, 12 weeks, I had to be in bed. I'd be hooked up to IVs. Like I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't drink anything. I was miserable. But the one thing that I had was Meredith's group, was the girls that I had met in my coaching community. And because it was all online, I could lay in bed and do stuff. And so while my business slowed down, I was completely 100% supported by the love and just the heart of these women who were not going to give up on me just because I couldn't work out with them, Ooh, a jet. It's like flying over. It's right by my house. So that's me. And I really feel like please learn from my mistakes and don't stop working this business when life comes at you and gets hard. Lean into it. Don't listen to those excuses in your mind that you have that you can't do this, because you can. You absolutely 100% can. And I regret not working my business and continuing to push and work hard, because I know that like that year and a half that I lost, that is income that I lost. And that is, girls that I could have had on my team that I lost because I wasn't seeking them out, because I wasn't inviting to the opportunity, because I wasn't active in holding groups like this. So I actively decided last year in April that I was going to be a mom boss. I was like, I have my kids. I'm done having babies. There's no more sickness in my life. Personal development was like changing who I was. I didn't even know what personal development was before Beachbody. And so I literally decided, it was a decision. I was like, I'm deciding to show up as an entrepreneur, as a mom boss, as somebody who is respected in the community, who's a professional, who is going to help change as many people's lives as possible. It was a decision, you guys. And because I made that decision, then it all started happening, because I started showing up. I started getting on all the stuff, doing all the things. And because our training is so awesome, I knew exactly what I needed to do, because even though I wasn't working the business, I was still in the trainings. I was still showing up on team calls. And that's another thing that I want to say too, before I dive into specifically all the amazing trainings that we have, is that just like people can be students for life, that feels comfortable, like you know what to expect, you're letting somebody else teach you. It feels really good to learn something, but it's kind of scary to go out there and actually apply what you're learning. And that's the same with this business. Is you're going to be doing a lot of personal development every single day. And, at least 15 minutes every day, right? But I mean a lot, like as a whole. And I want you to know going into it that it's up to you. Absorb it. And you don't have to absorb everything, you guys. You're going to absorb what you're meant to absorb in that moment, but you need to apply it. You have to take action. And that's something that I held back and didn't do. I was so scared to take action. I was so scared to step into that mentoring role, that leader role that was inside of me. And it felt so good to finally do it. It was like so amazing and so freeing to finally show up as the leader that I'd always wanted to be, and to find that all these things that I was learning in the trainings and in all the personal development books I was reading, that I could apply them, that I did absorb them, that it wasn't just in one ear and out the other. Okay, so now let's get into the meat of what we're going to talk about. All right, so when you sign up, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a getting started right call, which is just a phone call with your sponsor coach. You guys are going to get on the phone and you're going to talk about your specific goals, what you want to do with this business, how much time you have, all those specifics. And you guys together are going to come up with an action plan for you to then move forward with your business and build your business. Then the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to get plugged into one of our new coach training groups. This is an online group, and it's going to be full of new coaches just like you. And the amount of people that's in there varies depending on, you know, how many people join the team that week or those last couple of weeks or that month. And what's really amazing about this group is I'm a visual person. And so if like I had to have a manual to learn how to do something, literally it would take me forever and I would probably like just fail. It's why I was so bad at math, because math is all numbers and it's like here. I was really good at statistics because statistics is real people. But I digress. Back to the training. It is going to be visual. You are going to get a seasoned coach that's going to be leading the group, one of our seasoned amazing coaches on the team, and they are going to show up and do live videos like this. And with each of these live videos, you're going to have like action steps or homework, if you will. One thing, right? Just one thing that they want you to implement after learning something and watching something in that video. What's great and amazing about our team is that we have a lot of educators, ex-educators, I guess I would say, but we're still teaching, like people who have taught at the university level, like Barbie. Me, I taught kindergarten and preschool. Meredith, she's been a fitness and yoga instructor for years. So we have a lot of people on our team who understand how people learn. And so we create our trainings based on the understanding that everybody learns differently. And sometimes people need to be led in a certain way, and things need to be shown to them in different ways so that people can absorb the information in the way that they best absorb it. So you're going to be in that that's the first training that you're ever going to do. It's going to be online. It's going to be amazing. You're going to get to work with your sponsor coach, get to know the community. You'll meet some Success Club not Success Club, but some Success Partners. And Success Partners are basically people that are in the company and are coaches as well. And they're they have a different, maybe a different sponsor coach than you, but you guys really hit it off and you connect, and you maybe want to have your own phone calls every week and keep each other, hungry and working towards your goals. And then after that, there's advanced trainings that you will be able to participate in. And these trainings are led by top coaches, and you're also going to have access to $1 Million Club members. These individuals are individuals who have earned an accumulative of $1 million or more with their Beachbody business. What's amazing about this is that these are people who have been in the business, who have actually earned a substantial amount of income, and who are sharing their best practices and able to work with you in a small group setting to help you advance your business to that level as well, if that's one of your goals. Okay, and then one of my favorites, so we have something called the National Wake Up Call. The National Wake Up Call happens every Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you live in California like me and you're like, wait a second, I have to drop my kids off, at school, it's okay, it's recorded. It used to be that you could only call into it, but now they do a live recording in a Facebook group, which I find is amazing because, again, I'm a visual person. I like to actually see the top coach who's speaking. So they get top coaches every week to come on and speak about a specific topic. Sometimes they're interviewed, and sometimes they just are presenting like I am here. And what I love about this is, again, you're getting like bullet points. You're taking notes. Every single Monday, you're taking things that top coaches are sharing with you that you're able to implement into your business immediately. So I love that. I listen to it on the way to drop my kid off at preschool. I drop Calvin off. I get Milo in the car, who's my little one. We listen to the rest of it on the way home. And then I get on the Facebook group and watch the whole recording live later that night to get what I missed and to see them face-to-face and in person. So then there are team calls. There's a multitude of team calls that you can hop on every single week. I advise you and recommend choosing just one to start with, at least one. I hop on 3 a week. That's because my husband's work schedule works out so that usually team calls happen around 6. It depends, but the ones I hop on happen around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But my husband gets home at 5, so he kind of does dinner and has time with the kids, and I'm able to hop on and get things done. So team calls are amazing too, because I feel like that's where you sort of get to know the people on your team and you can ask questions. It's a smaller group. The National Wake Up Call is like huge. There's thousands of people getting on that and listening in and tuning in. But the team calls are really there for you to connect with your coach once a week in a group setting so that you can ask them specific questions, things you're struggling with. And it's also where we all get recognized for our hard work during the week. So those are really amazing. And then we have ongoing webinars and presentations that are happening all the time. For example, when Instagram came out with Instagram stories and everybody's like, oh, what is that? There was a small percentage of coaches who were just started crushing it on Instagram stories. I mean, they figured out how to use it and they were just, it was all over the place and they were having a lot of success. So Barbie, for example, went out and connected with one of these younger coaches who was all over Instagram and like having so much success with Instagram stories and asked her to come in and do a training for our team. And so she did that. So you can be, you know, just fully, sorry, someone's calling me. You can be, what was I saying? Now I've lost my thought. You can be, oh yeah. You know, you can, when you sign up, you can be confident is the word that I'm looking for. You can be confident in the fact that you, when you join our team, are going to have support and the information that you need. As social media is evolving and changing, we're on top of it, and you're going to have all the information that you need to have a successful Beachbody business. And then finally, I just wanted to talk about the fitness challenge. So if you have not done a fitness challenge yet, when you do talk with your coach on your Getting Started Right call, she or he will be going over, you know, your nutrition plan and setting you up with a program on Beachbody On Demand that you're going to complete start to finish, and you're going to get Shakeology, and you're going to start to have this transformation. And I won't go into why that's important because I feel like Carmen and Meredith already did such a good job with that. But you are, I will say, you are a walking, talking, smiling, shining billboard of your business. And I love that about this business because I don't have to pay for marketing. I don't have to put up a billboard on like Pomerado Road. That's a road where I live. I live in Poway. You know, because I see all the moms at preschool pickup. I see people in my neighbor came over the other day for a play date and she was like, I saw on Facebook you're like a fitness coach. Like, can you help me lose weight? And I got her started yesterday. So you will become the best version of yourself. And even if you don't know what that looks like, you guys, I didn't either. I did not know what that looked like. I was scared. I felt like a failure, felt like I couldn't even do a good job as a mom. And what I learned through being part of this community and doing personal development is that I'm amazing. I was born amazing. I came into this world amazing, and I was scared. And we all have fears, and those fears hold us back. So I encourage you to watch all the videos if you haven't watched them yet in this group from the last few days, the 4 videos here, this being the 4th. And I want you to just write down what you're scared of, and then reach out to the coach who invited you into this group and just share that with them, because chances are they were scared of the same thing. I was certain I was going to hate Shakeology. I was certain that I was not going to be able to do home fitness, and I was certain that I was going to fail. And when I started, I did sort of fail because I stopped working my business. But then when I decided that I was going to go in full on, I created a business that I am proud of, that my husband is proud of, and that has completely changed our lives financially. And it's changed me as far as the type of woman that I'm sure I would have been and the type of mom that I would have been if I did not have this in my life. Because that's what happens. You know, you become part of this community and you meet these people who are facing their fears every day, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to face my fears every day too. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for listening. And I hope that sort of, hey Sarah, I hope that gave you a better understanding of what the process will be as far as trainings go. When you join our team, you're never going to be alone. There's always going to be somebody there to answer your question and to help you with what you're struggling with. All right, you guys, happy Friday. Have a great weekend. I really do encourage you, though, to write down what you're scared of, write down what your hesitations are, and have a conversation with the coach who asked you to be here today, because there's a good chance that they were scared of the same thing, and they invited you because they see something in you. Meredith saw something in me before I believed in myself, and it's so true for so many top coaches at the same time. So just trust that there might be something twinkling and sparkling inside of you that you can't even see yet. With that, I hear my screaming child. So I'm going to go relieve my husband, and I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.